Hey guys, it is mw2 here without SlavaPwns. Well, mostly because he didn't want to do the video. But that's a completely different story. So the gameplay is here right here. It's me playing versus Slava. I don't know who's who. I'm pretty sure I'm on the bottom. Well, all I know is I'm the guy that wins. So yeah. Today we're gonna be talking about the best Call of Duty of all time. A lot of different people have different opinions, and well, here's mine. And unlike any other videos about best Call of Duty you've seen, first of all, I'm gonna compare six key factors of the game: the campaign, the multiplayer, the leveling up system, perks, originality, and bonuses. The campaign is self-explanatory, so is the multiplayer. The leveling up system is basically what the game has to offer for you when you level up. The perks is basically how many perks there are and how many of the perks are cheap. The originality of the game is how much new things does the game add, and the bonus is how much extra features does the game have. And we're gonna be comparing starting from Modern Warfare 1 and going until Black Ops, because those are the only Call of Duties I played. Okay, so let's begin. So in Modern Warfare 1, the campaign was really interesting. It wasn't repetitive at all. It had tons of action. It was a bit too short, but it was still okay because all the missions were like very unique. Like there was this, my favorite mission was with a hardcore sniping mission where you have to kill I forgot the bad guy's name. Whatever, we'll just call him the bad guy. You have to kill him, but you need to shoot him according to the wind. So if the wind is blowing to the left, you need to shoot to the right. And well, that mission was really fun. And yeah, so I'm gonna rate the campaign 8 out of 10. For the multiplayer, multiplayer in Modern Warfare 1 is known to be the multiplayer that revolutionized COD, and it did because it was epic. It had a lot of new stuff. It had 13 matches, which at the time for Call of Duty was epic and a lot. There were not a lot of overpowered things in Modern Warfare 1, maybe except the frags times 3 thing, and yeah, but everything else was really good, and not a lot of overpowered guns. It felt great. The game was really fast-paced. The multiplayer basically lives up to its reputation of being epic. So 9 out of 10 for the multiplayer. The leveling up system. Now, in Modern Warfare 1, the leveling up system was okay. It had the camos and the attachments, but there weren't too many attachments for guns. Even like for example, for sniper rifles, it had only one attachment, which is the ACOG sight. So the leveling up system was okay. I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. The perks. There aren't really any cheap perks, maybe except Juggernaut and stopping power, but I guess it kind of evened out because Juggernaut and stopping power were both second perks, so you had to choose what do you want, more life or more firing power. So yeah, I'm gonna give the perks 8 out of 10. The originality, well, obviously it was like a completely different COD, and it revolutionized COD into overall. So I'm gonna give the originality 10 out of 10. The bonuses. Now this game, even though it was epic, it didn't have too much bonuses. It only had arcade mode, which in my opinion sucked because it's just like doing the campaign all over again. So yeah, I didn't really like the arcade mode. So I'm gonna have to give the arcade mode 5 out of 10. Okay, so let's move on to World at War. That was actually one of my favorite Call of Duties, and the reason being for that is the campaign was amazing. It makes you feel like it's 1942. It was realistic. You could feel the horrors of war while playing the campaign. It was brutal until it cannot be more fucking epic, and yeah, it just felt great. It felt like you're actually in war, and you could feel the brutality, as I said before. So the campaign, epic, 10 out of 10. The multiplayer. It borrows a lot from Call of Duty 4, but it also adds to it. It adds tanks, bigger maps like Skilo. God, that map was huge. And there weren't a lot of really any cheap guns in World at War except MP40, but there were a lot other different interesting guns which you could use, like the Thompson, the Type 100. So yeah, the multiplayer was awesome, and the guns were really fun to use. So for the multiplayer, I'm gonna give 8 out of 10. Reason for that being is MP40 is overpowered. The leveling up system, it was decent, but it had even less to offer than Modern Warfare 1, and that's why I didn't like it. It was okay. I guess it had like 3 or 4 attachments per gun, and like per sniper rifles, if you can call them sniper rifles. They're actually bolt action rifles, but still, it didn't have it. Like, if they had camos in World at War, that would be really fun, because a lot of people enjoyed opening camos in Modern Warfare 1. So the leveling up system, in my opinion, wasn't really good, and I'm gonna have to give it 6 out of 10. Now the perks. There were a lot more perks. This World at War has about 40 perks, and they're not really cheap, maybe except as always Juggernaut and Stopping Power, but other than that, the perks were great. So 9 out of 10. Originality. Well, of course the game borrowed from Modern Warfare 1, so I'm not gonna give originality 10 out of 10, but it added zombies and vehicles, so 8 out of 10. For the bonuses, zombie mode. I'm gonna have to give, even though I love zombies, and that's one of my favorite things about Treyarch COD, I'm gonna have to give it 8 out of 10 because they could have expanded the zombies just like they did with Black Ops. But I'm gonna talk about Black Ops later, so for now is that. Yeah, so Modern Warfare 2. The campaign was beautiful, but was really short. Interesting, different types of missions. It was only sometimes repetitive, like with the breaching in. But the key thing was it was too short, and it was not a very smooth campaign either. It was like, it wasn't smooth like in World of War, which the storyline made sense. In Modern Warfare 2, the storyline didn't really make sense, so I'm gonna have to give it 6 out of 10. The multiplayer, it was epic until no proportions, but on the other hand, there were a lot of overpowered guns, like the MP. Oh, why am I saying MP40? The ACR, the UMP, the shotguns, which are counted as sniper rifles. So yeah, a lot of overpowered things in Modern Warfare 2. So I'm gonna have to give it not. For the multiplayer, I'm gonna have to give 8 out of 10, if not 7. The perks. Well, there was a really cool way to level up your perks by getting the pro versions, which was really fun, but a lot of cheap perks, like a lot. Like the one-man army, the stopping power again, the scavenger, which gave you more noob tubes. So the perks, I'm gonna give 6 out of 10. Oh, and the commando. How could I forget about commando? Anyway, leveling up system. It was epic. There were a lot to discover. You felt like constantly rewarded for like basically everything. So, and there were a lot of attachments. Like I think 10 attachments per gun. So I'm gonna have to give it 9 out of 10. Originality. It took a lot from Modern Warfare 1, but it had a lot more kill streaks, which I loved. All the kill streaks, even though they were overpowered, they were still amazing. So for the originality, I'm gonna give 7 out of 10. The bonus was Spec Ops, which I didn't really like, cause there's only so many times you can play Spec Ops until you get bored of it. So I'm gonna give 6 out of 10 for the bonus. Okay, moving on to Black Ops, our final Call of Duty for now. The campaign was great, unique. There were a bit too much action and explosions, but It was still awesome, and the storyline was tight. Haha, that's what she said. But it was also a bit confusing for some people. So, 7 out of 10 for the campaign. The multiplayer, even though a lot of people didn't really like Black Ops multiplayer, in my opinion, was awesome, and people didn't really understand how much it added to COD multiplayer. First of all, the wager matches. Second of all, and there were not a lot of cheap guns, like maybe like the FAMAS, and that's it. But there's a lot of other good guns you could use, like the AK-74U, the Galil. So the weapons were really fair, and so were the kill streaks. So I'm gonna have to give 9 out of 10. For the perks are mostly fair except Ghost, but it's okay. So because like how do you say, what the hell is it called? Because Flag Jacket is also good. So the perks 9 out of 10, and they were really fun to unlock. You had to do 3 challenges, but it got really frustrating when you couldn't get, like, for example, Ghost Pro. You need to knife a sentry gun, which no one really uses sentry guns, so that was really hard. Leveling up, it was really unique because there were contracts, there were wager matches, and the COD points. Not a lot of people really liked the COD points and buying attachments. I liked it. It was kind of cool. So for the leveling up system, epic, 8 out of 10. Originality, also 8 out of 10. Reason for that being, because you actually had to get your kill streaks. They didn't stack up on each other, and there were not a lot. And I don't know. I guess originality I should give a bit lower than 8 out of 10. Whatever. Originality 8 out of 10. Okay, so the bonuses. There were theater mode, zombies, combat training, wager matches, contracts. All of that was epic. And the secret zombie map, what is it called? Dead Ops Arcade, epic. So I'm gonna have to give bonuses 10 out of 10. So that was basically the video. I'm just gonna review it again. So each game was rated out of 60 points. So Modern Warfare 1 got 48 out of 60, which is 80%. World at War got 49 out of 60, which is 81.6%. Modern Warfare 2 got 43 out of 60, which is 73.3%. Ugh, didn't do so good. And Black Ops got 51 out of 60, which is 85%. So yeah, the Modern Warfare 1 got its thing for got 80% for revolutionized gaming, but had lack of extras. World at War got 81.6% for the epic storyline, but the poor leveling up system. Modern Warfare 2 got 73.3% because of the poor campaign, the good multiplayer, and too much overpowered weapons. Black Ops got 85% for being very creative, but the campaign was a bit confusing. So that was basically the end, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please subscribe to the channel to see more interesting videos like this. Yeah, that's basically it, and thank you very much. Oh, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell me what is your favorite Call of Duty and why. And thank you. Bye.